Hello everyone, welcome. It's Marilyn here. I have a mini album for you today, but because I don't want to make a long video, I will divide the tutorial into parts, and today is the first one that I'm going to show you how I made the covers and back covers of this mini album. Here is the mini album that comes in the January limited edition kit, and I'm going to show you very fast the pieces. You have the chipboard and all the pages, but I will start using this chalkboard in pink color, and with my paintbrush I will apply a coat of this, a thin coat of the paint to all the wood frame. And once I apply the paint, it looks like a old rose, and I think I prefer a pale pink, so I'm just not apply too much paint. But now I take one of the pages of the album, and I'm going to trace it over a chipboard piece that I have from my stash. And once I trace the page, the form, I will cut with the scissor. I'm using my Tim Holtz scissor that is good to cut chipboard, cardboard, and all these materials. Now that I have the piece, I will trace the frame into the chipboard piece, and now I will use my gel medium. I will apply gel medium with a paintbrush to the chipboard because I want to create textures, but this time I'm going to use a piece of tissue paper, and I put the tissue paper over the gel medium, and I will create wrinkles with the same paper. You see the wrinkles that it forms? I will let it over the surface, and once all the wrinkles are ready, I will use the same gel medium and apply over the paper, and it acts like a primer. And once I have all this piece ready, I will trim off the excess of paper, and I'm going to dry it. Once it's dry, now I'm going to cut like a 1/4 inch above the pencil mark that I made, because I want to adhere this piece to the wooden frame. So I cut a little bigger than the pencil mark. And once I have this piece, I will add now glue. I'm using my tacky glue, and put the glue around all the edges, and I'm going to adhere now the frame wood to this piece and make a little of pressure, and you can see the back here, and this piece is ready. Now I take a piece of corrugate. This piece is actually from the same mailbox. I take a liter of the corrugate and adhere it here because I want to add different textures. So I also add 3 pieces of lace from my stuff and adhere in different areas on the background here, plus the corrugate. All the pieces, I am adhering everything with the gel medium here. And once the lace is adhered, I apply gel medium over the lace too. And now that everything is adhered, I will give a coat of gesso over all these textures on the cover here, over the corrugate, over the lace, and over the tissue paper. I'm using a normal paintbrush to apply the gesso. And I also, because I don't like too much the color, the pink color, I apply a little of gesso to the wood frame too, and I will let it dry. It is one of the papers that comes in the kit. This paper is from 49 and Market, and I cut out this beautiful fairy from one of the paper, and now I adhere a piece of cardboard to the cover, and then I adhere the fairy images here and apply gel medium over the image to protect it. Here is when I'm going to use the flowers that from the kit. This bind is from 49 and Market. I took like 3 flowers, and this one is from Prima. I add a little of hot glue because the gel medium takes time to dry, so with the hot glue I secure everything immediately. And I'm going to add a third flower here that is like a coral color, and I play with the flowers, and once I have the shape that I want, I'm going to give color to the background. I'm using one of the distress crayons from Ranger, and apply the crayon direct to the background, and I take a paintbrush with water and I blend the color with the paintbrush. If you see, it's a light pink color that is, I think I like more this color than the one that has the chalkboard. And I continue giving color here and there, and once everything is okay, I will start to add more texture, and this time, and I'm using gel medium with art stone. I want to put the art stone behind the flowers and between the corrugate and the lace, like a transition between one material and the other. So I will continue adding more art stone here and there with the gel medium over the cover. I think that is enough of the art stone right now. I think that I like how it looks in this way. So, and now I'm going to add a few pearls and adhere the pearls also with the gel medium. And once I have the pearls, I will add color with this acrylic paint by Paint Art. It is a baby girl color pink, a baby pink color, and I apply with the paintbrush to the wood frame. I'm trying that they look very pale, but I don't know. Now I decided to try with the wax. Oh, this wax smell good, and this is the rose gold. So I'm going to use this brush to blend the wax in some areas of the cover. The good thing when I apply the wax is that it highlights all the textures that the tissue paper create on the background. And now I start to add in different spot here. I don't know what I was thinking at this moment, but I think that I love how all the texture looks with the wax, and I continue and adding more and more wax, maybe because I love the smell that this wax has. But and I also love that the wax enhance all the different textures. It looks very nice over the lace, over the corrugate. But at the end, once I apply all this, I see why I did because I have my mind that I want something very delicate, and it looks too dark right now. So I say no, okay, no problem. I applied the rose gold, and I decided, because in the images has some grays and the greens from the leaves, and I decided to add like a little of gray over the frame, but only in the border. So I am apply a gray wax here and there to add like some spot here. But once I apply the wax, I will dry this very nice with the heat tool, and I start to highlight or to give light to the cover. And I take the same brush with gesso, but before I apply the gesso over the wooden frame, you see that I eliminate part of the paint over this chipboard here, and then dabbing the brush over the frame. It is like a dry brush effect. It looks very nice. It looks like an old vintage, very nice, the effect that it creates. Now I take one of the sticker from the Kaiser Craft sticker sheets that comes in the kit, and I am adjusting the size. I make now like the flag effect. I cut in V each corner, and now I am distressing with vintage photo and adhere a piece of 3D foam tape on the back, because I want to pop out the word here, and I adhere it to the cover. Now I take the metallic acrylic paint by Rivera in white color. It is like a pearl. This paint create like a pearl effect. I love it, and I want to highlight all the art stones and pearls. So I'm going to start applying this paint in many areas. At the end, I added to the lace and in some area in the borders, because I want to smooth the colors of the frame. Here's when I take one of the sheets of the album, and I trace 4 of them from one page, one 12 by 12 paper. You have 4 of these sheets, and now I will cut the rest. Here is the cover so far. You see, I love how the paint look, and this is the back. Now I take one of the Kaiser Craft paper, this one, and I cut this. I love this quote, so I want to cover the center, and for that I take my bone folder and I place the paper, because this paper is light. You can with a bone folder, I mark the shape of the piece that I adhere to the wooden frame. Now I'm going to cut around this mark with the scissor, and once I have this piece ready, I'm going to adhere it to the back of my cover. I'm using my tacky glue, and I want to I use a paintbrush to spread the glue, because in this way you avoid the air bubbles. And now I adhere the piece here, my piece of paper. Now I use the same paint, the Pentar pink acrylic paint, and I'm going to paint all the borders of the frame. You also can, if you like, paint first the wooden frame and then adhere this piece, but because I was making all in the moment, I made it in that way. And with the same paint, I'm painting the border of the paper to give a shabby chic look, and I apply paint to all the borders. My cover take like a curves, so I put these bottles to see if I can make it straight. Now I take the chipboard that is the back cover of the mini album, that comes in the package, and I am adding tacky glue to the chipboard. And once I add the glue, I use a paintbrush to spread the glue over all the chipboard, and it's easier to work to adhere the paper, because in that way you can avoid the air bubbles that form sometimes. Now this is the paper that I already cut, and I'm going to adhere to the chipboard. I'm using a towel now. And once it's adhered, I will take my scissors and I will cut all the excess of paper here. And this is my hole punch, and I will punch the 2 holes. This mini album comes with 2 rings to everything is adhered by the 2 rings, to the 2 metal rings. So and for the undercover, I'm just made the same step. I add the tacky glue, I spread the tacky glue with the paintbrush, and this time I will cover this part of the chipboard with this beautiful paper by Craft that comes in the kit. And once it's adhered, I will trim off the excess of paper. And I'm also going to punch the 2 holes where the rings go. And so far, I think that at this moment, okay, I want to distress the borders, and I'm using the Vintage Photo Distress Oxide ink to distress all the borders of the cover for both sides. I love this paper by Craft. And now I will distress a little of the wooden frame here to create a balance between the front cover and the back cover. And so far, for today, this will be. You can see here the I will open, and you see the undercover. And I will show you a sneak peek of my first page of this mini album that you can see here. This is the first page, and you will see the second part of this video tutorial of this mini album in the next weekend. So stay tuned, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell to receive the notifications. If you like this video, let me know with a thumbs up, and I see you soon with other video tutorial. Nos vemos, bye bye.